Hello there, Heaven here. And I just wanted to give you something to think about today. I was making my smoothie this morning, and do you remember the bracelets that would say WWJD, like what would Jesus do? I feel like years ago everybody had one. Anyway, the concept, the idea is what would your future self do? So whenever you find yourself in like a troubling situation or a situation that's a little sticky, just ask yourself, what would your future self do? And this method really it helps you become your ideal self. So, and I'll give you a story. I remember once I was in a studio and I was recording a song, and there was someone else in the studio. There was a producer, and there was another person, a third person. And this third person was giving a lot of unsolicited feedback, and the energy wasn't something that resonated with me. And it wasn't my studio, so I was navigating this, you know, what's the word that I want to use? Not cautiously, but just, in a sophisticated way. And I remembered thinking to myself, like, my goodness, like casually, literally thinking, like, what would Beyonce do in this situation? Like, surely over the course of her career, she's been in a situation like this where there's someone in the studio giving you an unsolicited opinion that you're not so interested in, that's, changing the vibe, blah, 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 blah. And I thought, you know what she would probably do? She would probably, I'm thinking of everything I've seen of Beyonce in interviews and da 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 da, she'd probably sing it so well so that there's nothing to say. And so I thought that's what I'm going to do. So the next take came, and that's exactly what I did. I gathered myself, I gave performer, I delivered it. And I remember the producer, after I finished the take, was like, wow, that's it. That's the take. That's the one. And that's just a great example of using that, what would your future self do? Of course, I was using Beyonce, but you could very well use your ideal self. I mean, your ideal self knows how to handle all these situations. In your ideal reality, your ideal self still deals with the same things you deal with today. They just deal with them differently. And by using this method, you can just sort of quantum leap into your ideal reality immediately. And you can use this for anything.